Macquarie Business School. I'll start off with the business school first. A leading Australian business school with a global outlook and a commitment to creating value for all our stakeholders through the partnership. So, before I actually begin on the university, the business school, just want to give you some overview of the Macquarie University. So Macquarie University is actually ranked top 1% of the university according to the QS 2021 ranking, and also we are actually ranked 195 worldwide for the Times Higher Education in 2021. 5 QS star rated, and also Macquarie University was actually kind of like in a young. So we were actually established back in 1964. So young and high achieving institution. And Macquarie University is also ranked number one in Australia for graduate employment rate. And of course, 100% of our research rated world standard or higher according to the ERA 2018. Okay, my next slide. This is actually some of the facility that we've actually invested heavily, and this is actually already up and running. So we've got new metro station and also hospital that was actually already, completed about 10 years ago, and also robotic library, and we have, spacious, study space for our students. And of course, we actually just launched the new central courtyard. So what happened is, over the COVID period, it was actually good that we were able to develop the campus with a lot of a new facility, and then we'll be actually showcase our some of the campus. Of course, not for our partners offshore, but we'll be actually doing some showcase with our partners and also students in Australia, so that they can actually come and actually visit our and look at our new facility. So, about the Macquarie Business School, yeah, who we are, a leading Australian business school with a global outlook and also the commitment to creating a value. So we actually focus on the innovation collaboration to create and communicate insights. And also we actually, due to the COVID, we also run online and face-to-face classes using the latest technology and subject matter experts. We actually provide a complete learning experience both within and outside of the classroom, and that means that you will have the direct interaction with the industry experts. So, just to give you our reputation and also the Australian and also global ranking for the business school, we are actually there was actually kind of like a new ranking system where they actually do have some of the ranking for the specific degree. And Macquarie University was actually ranked for 19 for the Master of Marketing, 32 Master. That's actually in the wall. Master of Applied Finance, 49 for Master of Management, and also MBA was actually within top 100. So, and also one of our, global MBA, which is actually online version of the MBA, is actually ranked sixth in the world. And then at the bottom, actuarial study, which is very famous for Macquarie, our research in actuarial study is actually ranked number six globally. Of course, when it comes to business school, I think that a lot of students actually tends to look at, okay, does the university actually has accreditation? Yes, we do. We are actually AACSB accredited institutions, and also we have the ACCA, Actuary Institute of Australia, and Australian Genomics Health Alliance, AHRM, RI, and Australian Marketing Institute, ASIC, CFA, CPA. So we have all this accreditation across the different program at Macquarie University. And then these are some of our highly successful graduates. We have someone, managing director at Microsoft Australia, and also CEO at the Fortescue Metals Group, and then some other companies in Australia. And then I'm not actually going to read all of them, but these are actually our six department, which I'll actually jump into my next slide and actually give you some of the brief information for each department. So we've got six departments here. And then these are the area. So what with that six department, these are some of the program that we actually offer for undergraduate degree. And then these are some of the postgraduate degree options that you can actually do when you actually come to Macquarie Business School. So first of all, we have a department accounting and corporate finance. Very is actually one of our like the largest and also where a lot of students actually studying. So this program is actually very globally renowned in teaching and research. And some of the program under this department, as you can see, we've got professional accounting, commerce majors in accounting, business information systems. For the master degree, we have a master of accounting. I think that one of the flagship program that we have is actually master of professional accounting with a specialization in ACCA studies, CPA studies, and also CA studies. And then, with the we also have the new accreditation for the accounting program for the both UG and PG, and that's actually the IMA, Institute of Management Accountants, USA. And we also, remember I actually mentioned about the CA program. So that was actually the one of the new course innovation in 2021, where CPA, ACCA was actually already existed, but one of the new specialization that we introduced in 2021 was actually the CA program. And then CPA. So what happened is this actually graph will actually give you how Master of Accounting students achieve actually excellent results in the CPA exam. So CPA exam is actually something that student will have to do externally. Of course, it's actually embedded within the course, but what happened is actually the external exam where many students, from Macquarie University, they actually have a high distinction, mark that those are the Macquarie students, and these students actually has been awarded with the CPA Australia High Achiever Award and also CPA Excellent Award. So around pass rate is actually about 77% for the Macquarie student, and this is actually based on the Session 1 2020 CPA Australia Professional Exam results. And on top of that, we also have the ACCA program, and these are some of the highlights where we had, one of the students was actually first in Australia, but she was actually placed 22nd worldwide in the audit and assurance, test. And then she was actually first in Australia and also 30th in the world in terms of the taxation exam. And then we have some other students who was actually achieving fantastic results, like first in Australia and also within top 20 in the world for some of the subjects. And then the next one is actually Department of Actuarial Study, Business Analytics. Not as many as the program that we actually offer, but these are very straightforward. Actuarial studies and also business analytics for both undergraduate and also the master degree. And actuarial study, Macquarie University has been a leading provider of the actuarial education for more than 50 years, and we are the actually first university to be accredited with a professional actuarial body in the world. So, as I mentioned earlier, so we have a flagship under program, and also Macquarie University is actually ranked number 6 in the world for the actuarial study research. And then for the undergraduate, there are also double degree is actually available with the applied finance, mathematics, statistics, or the data science. And then when it comes to master degree, we have a Master of Actuarial Practice under the Department of Actuarial Study and Business Analytics. So this is actually the 2 years conversion master program. So those students who actually has the bachelor degree, they may be able to apply for the master degree, so Master of Actuarial Practice, and then you will be able to start your career as an actuary once you actually finish the 2 years degree. All right. So and then with the business analytics, Bachelor of Business Analytics is actually one of the rapid growth in both domestic and also international students, and also I should say very popular for the Singaporeans. So we have a lot of Singaporean students actually start coming in for business analytic program after completing their poly diploma or from the A level or Singapore A level or the IB degree. So business analytics actually covers the data gathering, statistic analysis, modeling, prediction, communications. So this is actually like very niche program, and there are a lot of job opportunity in Australia and also in Singapore and around the globe. All right, so the next one is the Department of Applied Finance. So for the bachelor degree, we got Bachelor of Applied Finance and Bachelor of Commerce with a major in finance. But for the master degree, we slightly have more. So when it comes to master, we've got Master of Applied Finance, Master of Banking and Finance, Master of Finance, which is only 1 year, and Master of Commerce with a specialization in finance. That's actually 2 years duration. But student with the relevant background and with a good GPA, they will be able to shorten the duration to 1 year. So if you actually shorten the Master of Commerce, which is 2 years, into the 1 year, that actually becomes the Master of Finance. So Master of Finance is actually the shorter version of the Master of Commerce with a specialization in finance. And then we have the graduate diploma of applied finance or graduate certificate of finance for those students who probably don't meet the direct entry requirements for the Master of Applied Finance. And then, yes, this is actually delivered by the expert industry practitioner with a focus on a real world. And then, for example, with the Master of Applied Finance, they will be able to study at the city campus. So we actually do have two campuses, one in Northright, one in City, but Master of Applied Finance will be able to study in the Macquarie University City campus. For other degree, so apart from the Master of Applied Finance, any other degree will be taught on Northright, the main campus. All right, and the next one is actually Department of Economics. So this one actually has the course called the Bachelor of Commerce, major in Economics, Bachelor of Economics, and also Master of Applied Economics. So there are actually three programs that is actually under Department of actually Education. So learning and teaching approach for this one is actually like of course apply, solution focus, and also teamwork ready, and also global focus. And then, as I mentioned earlier, so apply economics. So we actually teach through the real world experience and thrive through the create and the share the knowledge. So we actually some of the thing that we actually focus under the applied economics is actually health economics, financial economics, and ecological economics, and also the cultural economics. All right, so the next one is actually Department of Management. So manage today and lead tomorrow. There are a lot of degree, as you can see. So we've got about two program under the bachelor degree. Of course, for the Bachelor of Commerce, there are four different majors where you can actually choose from. And then with the Department of Management, they actually do have the MBA. So MBA actually require 2 years, minimum 2 years managerial work experience. And also there's a global MBA, which is the online version for those students who actually cannot actually afford to travel all the way to Australia. They might have a work commitment, or they might have family commitment, or the financial issue. So this is actually some of the global MBA that is actually available for those students who actually have difficulty of coming to Australia physically and study. And then we have all those some other program like an MCOM, international business, master management, graduate diploma, and also graduate certificate level in the management. So our management course, MBA is actually one of the top 100 ranked in the world ranking, and then master management is actually top 50 in the world. All right. The global MBA. So this is, as I mentioned earlier, this is actually the flexible and also the accessible for those students who is actually, cannot actually, physically come to Australia and study. So this will be, would be good for those people who is actually really busy, and they want to do the MBA, but they just don't have enough time. So this is actually something that they can actually do, through the online, and doesn't have to be full time. You can actually study as a part time as well. So, and the last department is actually Department of Marketing. We have a Master of Marketing, which is actually 1 year program, and same again, Master of Commerce with a specialization in marketing, which is 2 years, and then it can be shortened to 1 year version, which is Master of Marketing for student who actually does have a relevant background in their bachelor, and also good GPA from their bachelor degree, or even if actually they have a work experience, they will be able to reduce their standard duration from the standard 2 years up to 1.5 years or up to 1 year. And then as a bachelor level, we have a Bachelor of Marketing and Media. I think that's actually one of the niche program, because some of the unit is actually under business faculty, and other rest of the unit is actually under the Faculty of Arts, so Department of Media and Cultural Studies. So this is actually very popular for domestic students and also international students. It's just that because the entry requirement for the Bachelor of Marketing and Media is actually slightly higher than any other business program or the media program. Yeah, because because it says it has a title of Bachelor of Marketing and Media, but what happened is in terms of the study, you actually have to study everything within 3 years. So basically, we actually get rid of all those electives, but we've actually pulled out the core unit from the both area and combine it together, and the duration is actually the 3 years. All right. So marketing again, this is actually Master of Marketing is actually one of the top 20 degree in the world that we actually offer. And then Bachelor of Marketing and Media, as I mentioned, this is actually very niche and also very popular. A lot of students actually doesn't want to do, they can actually do the marketing, business side, and also media, the communication side at the same time, so that you don't actually have to complete the 2 degree. You just need to do the one single degree within 3 years duration. So, okay. All right. This is actually the North Right campus of the Macquarie University. So this is actually 15 kilometers away from the Sydney city center, and Macquarie University has the 126 hectares of the stunning parkland campus, and we have a state of art art facilities as well. A lot of new and also new buildings as well. So, and we actually do have access. We actually do have the access to the public transport, where Metro, Macquarie University Metro, is actually on campus, where for students to actually travel from campus to city center at the moment is actually about 33 minutes or 35 minutes. But once the metro is actually completed, I would assume that from Macquarie University main campus to city will be around probably 20 minutes once the metro is actually completed. And Macquarie University is also located within the Macquarie Park Innovation District, and this is actually the kind of like Silicon Valley of the Sydney version of the Silicon Valley, where 300 plus global company is actually located around the campus, and this is actually where students will be able to do their internship, which is actually some of the internship is actually embedded within your degree, and same for bachelor and also for the master degree. So of course, you'll be getting the quality education from the Macquarie University, but at the same time, you will be able to actually take a part and also using whatever you learn from the class, applying your theory into the practice by through the internship. So Sherry, I think we're actually running out of time. I know that I've got about 9 minutes. So what happened is I'll actually jump to the scholarship area. I think this is actually the where a lot of students actually would like to know about Macquarie University. Okay. All right. So these are actually all the extra curriculum that you can actually, do when you actually join at Macquarie University. So the scholarships. This is very simple. So we actually do have the very, generous scholarship when it comes to the international student, particularly students from ASEAN region. So what we have is actually $10,000 per year ASEAN scholarship for the duration of your program. So let me repeat, for duration of your program. So if you're actually coming for 1 year master, your scholarship value would be $10,000. If you are coming for, let's say, 3 years bachelor, then your scholarship value would be 30,000 because it's actually $10,000 per year. If you're coming, so for example, with the poly students, I think it would be better for me to just mention about the poly. So those students who actually study, graduate from the poly diploma, when they actually come to Macquarie University, depends on what subject that you actually study at poly, we will actually assess individually and see how many exemption the student would be able to receive. Generally speaking, you will get about Hello?
Hello, hi,
Yeah.
hi, Kevin. Sorry, your screen went off for a minute there and
Oh,
it's
okay.
gone.
I was actually automatically kicked out, so that's why quickly switched the my Wi-Fi connections.
Oh, no worries
Yeah.
at all. No worries at
Okay.
all.
All right. So I was actually in the middle of the scholarship. So yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
I think I was actually kicked out when I was actually mentioning about the poly students. So those poly students, when they come to Macquarie University, the duration that they will study at Macquarie University for the bachelor is either 1.5 years or 2 years. So those students with the poly diploma and with the reduced duration, their scholarship value would be $15,000 for the 1.5 years. It will be $20,000 for the 2 years duration. So put it this way, so $10,000 per year is actually 5,000 per semester.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. So this scholarship is actually pretty much all degree at Macquarie University, UG, PG, pretty much all degree that you name it. I should say, all the degree that I actually mentioned under the business school. So that's actually all included here. So one of the eligible criteria is that meet the academic and also English requirement for the eligible Macquarie course degree. So that's undergraduate or postgraduate, and to be accepted to commence in 2021, which is this year, or 2022. And then another important is that you must be a citizen of ASEAN. So you got to have a Singaporean passport, and you can actually enroll and begin your course as per your offer letter. And all you have to do is actually accept your offer letter and pay the commencement fee by the required deadline below. So for the UG student or undergraduate student, all you have to do is actually look at the one on the left-hand side, session one, session two, because normally the undergraduate is actually run by the session one and session two. Yeah. And of course, you actually don't require to apply for the separate scholarship application. This scholarship letter is actually attached once you actually apply and when we actually issue the offer letter. So there's no separate application form required when it comes to the scholarships informations. Yep.
Fantastic. That
All right.
always helps with the
Yep.
process, Kevin.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I think that's
Thank you
actually,
so much.
end of my presentation, but, I'm more than happy to actually take some, questions from the audience.
Okay, while the questions are coming in, I'll just reiterate. Polytechnic students, you're eligible for 1 to 1.5 years of credit exemptions should you come from a relevant diploma in a Singaporean,
Yeah.
poly degree.
Yeah.
Poly diploma.
Yep.
It has to be business related, right?
Well, what happened is, put it this way.
We'll assess it,
Example,
right?
if
Yeah.
the student had let's say Ngee Ann Poly diploma of accounting and wants to apply for bachelor of IT.
Yes.
That means they will be able to get some exemption, but what happened is they'll be getting an exemption from the elective space, but they won't be able to get the exemption for the core unit like programming because they've never studied. So
That's
of
right.
course, you will still get some, but what happened is if there are relevance between two degree from diploma to degree, you tends to get more. So in terms of the subject, so number of the subject, it will be between eight subject exemption to 12 subjects.
Fantastic. Thank
So
you so much for
some student might get 10,
yeah.
some student might get 10, some student might get 11,
Mhm.
but the maximum amount that you will get is actually 12. Yeah.
And the students who are applying from a different diploma that's not business related, are they also eligible to be considered for the university-wide scholarships?
Yes, that's right. So what happened is, of course, because this scholarship is actually, available for new commencing international students. So
Yes.
we know that these students will have actually studied poly diploma, but still coming to Macquarie University. So from our perspective, they are new students with RPL. So of course they're not actually studying 3 years with us. So what happened is, the scholarship amount will not be 30,000, but because their duration of study is actually reduced, so that's why scholarship amount will be slightly reduced, but it will be covering the same portion of their studies.
Fantastic. That's a frequently asked question. So
Yeah.
yes, thank you for telling that. As for the amount of the scholarship, this is more a reduction of your tuition fees rather than the university giving you $10,000 outright. Yeah.
That's right. So it's not a cash.
Not cash.
You'll not be getting cash, straight away. But what happened is, as I mentioned earlier, it's actually $5,000 per semester. So, 5,000 will be credited towards your university account so that you can actually pay less.
I understand.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Kevin. And also we have a question in our Q&A. Hi, may I ask if the scholarship is only applied to Singaporean students? How about if the student's in Singapore but is from another country, i.e. another nationality?
Okay, so that's a very good question. So what happened is most of the scholarship that we offer at Macquarie University is actually based on the nationality. So ASEAN, of course, is Singapore included, but Indonesia, all the ASEAN region. But we also do have a similar scholarship scheme. Well, I should say exactly the same scholarship for other reasons. I mean, for example, we've got one for Korea, same amount, 10,000. Mongolia, 10,000. Which India and also subcontinent South Asia, they actually do have the scholarship as well. For other country, let's say Japan or America, Latin America, so North America or Latin America, Europe, Africa, their amount is actually less. They are 5,000 per year. So
Yes.
I'm not sure which country Mr. Wu or Miss Hoi is actually from, but we have the range of the scholarship based on the nationality. I think China. Okay, so China, we have something called the China Elite Scholarships. It's not like an ASEAN scholarship where you will get for the duration of your program. But what happened is, for some of the program, they actually do have the like a China Elite scholarship or Vice Chancellor International Scholarship, where it's not for the duration. It's more like a one-off payment, and the amount, it's a one-off payment, but so it's like, but the amount is actually up to 10,000. So meaning, so I think they're careful with the word of up to. It means that it could be $1 or it could be $2. It says up to. Of course, we are not going to give $1, but what happens is it says up to. So the maximum amount of the scholarship the student can get is actually 10,000. Yeah.
Fantastic.
And just bear in mind that, but for the Chinese student, it's very competitive because a lot of students actually apply. So what happens sometimes that they actually do actually require some of the GPA to be eligible for that scholarships.
Yeah, so Howie, I actually do recommend that you jump into a virtual fair right after this and speak to Kevin. Maybe give him a sense of your GPA, because all our university representatives should be able to advise on a sort of a rough GPA that you should.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and also what happened is that we actually have the conversion table. We actually have the conversion table anyway. Yeah.
Yes. All right. And then for poly students who are in the chat, just to let you know, you do apply. Don't. You can always apply first and then see how much credit you get. It will be assessment, a case to case, case by case assessment. You get your offer letter, and if you're eligible for the scholarship, you'll be automatically assessed, and that scholarship offer will come with your offer letter. Fantastic, super streamlined. That's what I love about Australian admissions. So fast, so streamlined. So if thank you so much.
That's free. Yeah.
I was actually going to ask you to also talk a little bit about the Northright campus, because I understand that particularly for the study of business, Macquarie is just so good with all the surrounding businesses. I think at one point people were calling it the Silicon Valley of Australia, because there are all these businesses going on. But yes, because we're running out of time, I would like to direct everybody's interest to Kevin's direct breakout room, and we have our next speaker who's already here. So
all right, thank you very much, Cheryl.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Have a great Saturday.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.